Welcome to the class, students. Today we are going to discuss chapter 6, Changes Around Us. So all you know about the changes around you. So let's know about these things. Here is warm up. Look at the two pictures and observe the change you see. Talk about them. Look at the pictures, students. Here is a baby, then he became a child, then an adult. So there is a difference. There is a change. So क्या चेंज हुआ है? एज चेंज हुई है. सो दीज आर द थिंग्स जो हम चेंज अपनी लाइफ में ऑब्जर्व करते हैं. लुक हियर, लेट्स नो अबाउट क्लासिफिकेशन ऑफ चेंज, स्लो एंड फास्ट चेंज, desirable and undesirable change, periodic and non-periodic change, reversible and irreversible change, physical and chemical change. So these are the topics we will discuss in our chapter. Every day we see many changes taking place around us. Change can be in you or around you. Example, growth of a baby, trees, shedding leaf, growth of plant, etc. So students, these all are change you can observe around you. We also observe change like formation of curd from milk, ripe mangoes from raw mangoes, etc. Change is the only permanent thing in our life. So students, change is permanent thing, and the one thing is that जो हम सब अपनी लाइफ में सुनते हैं, change is the rule of nature. Okay, so change किसका रूल है? नेचर का रूल. Here is some other examples are as follows. Iron objects lying in a damp place get rusted. A pencil becomes smaller when it wears out. Milk kept overnight in a warm place gets sour. The length of the shadow changes during the day. It is long in the morning and in the evening but small at noon. Leaves change color. A child grows into an adult. A sapling grows into a tree. A change cannot occur on its own. There must be some cause which brings about the change. For example, iron gets rusted in a damp place. If it is placed in dry air, it does not rust. Thus, moist air is the cause for the rusting of iron. So students, change हमारी लाइफ में परमानेंट है. चेंज हर चीज में होता है, लेकिन चेंज होने का कोई ना कोई रीजन होता है. Okay students, here is classification of change. So now we will classify the change. Okay students, all the changes that occur around us are not of the same type. They are of different types. The various types of change can be classified as follows. Slow and fast change. The changes which take place instantaneously or within a few seconds are known as fast change. Example, bursting of a balloon, lighting of an electric bulb, beating of heart, burning of a paper. So students, these are fast change. फास्ट मीन्स इंस्टेंट, मतलब एकदम से होने वाला चेंज, विद इन मिनट्स में होने वाला चेंज क्या होता है स्टूडेंट्स? फास्ट चेंज होता है. नाउ वी विल रीड अबाउट द स्लो चेंज. द चेंज व्हिच टेक अ लॉन्गर टाइम टू अकर आर नोन एज स्लो चेंज. ग्रोथ ऑफ प्लांट, रस्टिंग ऑफ आयरन नेल्स, weathering of rocks, change of season, germination of seeds, conversion of milk into curd. So these are the slow changes. Here, desirable and undesirable change. The change which are useful for us are known as desirable change. For example, preparation of food by plants using water, carbon dioxide and sunlight. Students, desirable that means जो हमें चाहिए, होना चाहिए वो change, that is desirable. और कुछ change होते हैं लेकिन हमें नहीं चाहिए, मतलब वो हमारे लिए useful नहीं है, so that are undesirable. So first example we have, जो plants अपना खाना बनाते हैं, that is desirable change. Here look at the second point, burning of coal at thermal power plants to produce electricity. Third, formation of curd from milk. Fourth, formation of manure from cow dung and dead plants. Fifth, burning of fuels, wood, coal, etc. to produce heat. The change which are harmful for us are known as undesirable change. Look at the first, burning of a building. Destruction caused by floods, landslides, earthquakes, eruption of volcanoes, etc. Spoiling of foodstuffs, pollution caused by burning fuels, wood, coal, etc. And the last point we have, breaking of glass tumbler. Now come to the next, periodic and non-periodic change. The change that occur again and again after a fixed interval of time are known as periodic change. For example, look here, the phase of the moon, the high and low tides in the sea, the change of seasons, occurrence of day and night. So students, these are periodic change. Periodic means जो एक रेगुलर टाइम इंटरवल के बाद होंगी, जैसे दिन के बाद रात होगी, यू नो बेटर, सीजन चेंज होता है, गर्मियों के बाद सर्दियां आती है. आपकी जो टाइड्स होती है सी में वो हाई और लो टाइड्स होती है, दीज आर periodic. Okay students, here we have check and mate. Categorize the following as slow or fasting. Now you read about these things, so you have to do by yourself. The chains that do not repeat themselves at regular intervals of time are known as non-periodic chains. So students, वो chain जो repeat नहीं होते हैं regular interval of time पे, these are non-periodic. Here are some examples. For example, look at the first, the appearance of some comets or of the shooting star in the sky. Come to the second, occurrence of natural disasters such as earthquakes, eruption of volcanoes, landslides, cyclones, etc. Here is rusting of an iron nail. Come to the last, growth of a plant, falling of leaves, etc. Come to the next topic, we have reversible and irreversible change. So students, change हमने अभी read किए slow, fast, periodic, non-periodic. अब हम read करेंगे reversible और irreversible. As you know that change दो टाइप के होते हैं. एक जो change हो गया दोबारा अपनी पोजीशन पे नहीं जाएगा. सेकेंड, जो चेंज हुए दोबारा से सेम पोजीशन पे आ जाएंगे. सो दीज आर रिवर्सिबल एंड इरिवर्सिबल. लुक हियर, a change which can be reversed to the original form of a substance is called a reversible change. Look here, when we touch the leaves of a touch-me-not plant, they fall, but they open out again after some time. So students, वो change जो एक टाइम के बाद as it is अपनी original position को gain करे, that is reversible. Look at the second, the stretching of a rubber band, melting of wax, drying of clothes, etc. are some other examples which can be reversed. Come to the next. When ice heated, it melts and changes into water. If water is kept in the freezer of a refrigerator, it again changes into ice. Thus, the change from ice to water has been reversed. Get it, students? Come to the next. A change which cannot be reversed to form the original substance is known as irreversible change. So, जो अपने original substance को form नहीं कर सकता, that is irreversible. Look here, first point we have, in a flour mill, the wheat grains are changed into flour. But the flour cannot be converted back into grains. You can get it, students? कि आप grain से flour बना सकते हैं, लेकिन flour से grain नहीं बना सकते. That is irreversible. Come to the second, a child grows and becomes a young man who becomes old after aging, but the old man cannot become young again. Get it, students? Come to the third, when a piece of coal is burnt, it changes into smoke and ash. The piece of coal cannot be obtained back from the smoke and ash. So you get it, what is irreversible change? Here we have an activity. Activity 1. Take out few ice cubes from the refrigerator and put them in a bowl. After some time, they melt into water. Now heat the bowl on a gas burner. After a few minutes, the water begins to boil and change into vapor. If you cover the bowl with the lid, the vapor will collide with the lid and change back into water. Further, if you cool this water to room temperature and keep it back in the refrigerator, it will change into ice again. So students, आपने क्या करना है? Ice cubes लेने, उन आइस क्यूब्स को बाहर बाउल में रखना है. तो कुछ टाइम के बाद वो किस में चेंज हो जाएंगे? वाटर में चेंज हो जाएंगे. उसके बाद आप उस वाटर को हीट करेंगे तो उससे वेपर बनना स्टार्ट हो जाएंगे. और अगर आप उसको किसी बर्तन से या किसी भी चीज से आप उसको क्या कर देंगे? क्लोज कर देंगे, तो वो वाटर वेपर किस में चेंज हो जाएंगी? वाटर में. और फिर आप अपने वाटर को क्या करेंगे? थोड़ी देर के लिए रूम टेम्परेचर पर छोड़ के जब आप उसे दोबारा रेफ्रिजरेटर में रखेंगे तो वो फिर से आइस बन जाएगा. दैट इज रिवर्सिबल चेंज. लुक एट द पिक्चर्स. Melting of ice is reversible process. The type of change which we observed in activity 1 can be reversed and is called a reversible change. In a reversible change, no new substance is formed and we can get back the original substance. On the other hand, a change which cannot be reversed is called an irreversible change. If you burn a piece of paper, you will get ash. This is cannot be changed back into paper. Similarly, once food is cooked, it cannot be changed back to the raw materials from which it was made. So students, it's simple. अगर आपका खाना बन गया तो आप दोबारा से उसको raw materials में change नहीं कर सकते. So that is irreversible change. Here we have check and mate. So you have to do it by yourself. Now we have physical and chemical change. So it is also a type of change. Let's read about it. A change in which shape, size, appearance or state of the substance alter or change is called physical change. In this change, no new substance is formed. A physical change is usually reversible and temporary. तो स्टूडेंट्स फिजिकल चेंज क्या होता है? जब आपका कोई सब्सटेंस अपनी स्टेट चेंज कर लेता है, कोई भी न्यू सब्सटेंस का फॉर्मेशन नहीं होता है। और मोस्ट ऑफ द फिजिकल चेंज क्या होते हैं? रिवर्सिबल होते हैं। मोस्ट ऑफ, नॉट ऑल, बट मोस्ट ऑफ। ओके स्टूडेंट्स, हियर consider the following change. When we freeze water, it changes into ice. Here the physical state of liquid water changes into solid ice, but no new substance is formed. Get it students? Come to the next point we have. When we stretch a rubber band, its shape change. Here also no new substance is formed. Similarly, dissolving of salt or sugar in water, folding a paper, evaporation of water, melting of butter, etc. are some more examples of physical change. So students, you get it, what is a physical change? Now we read about the characteristics of a physical change. Look here, the following are the characteristics of physical change. The first point we have, a physical change is a temporary change and is generally reversible. Come to the next. In physical change, no new substance is formed and the chemical composition of the substance remains the same. So students, physical change में कोई भी new substance की formation नहीं होती है और chemical composition भी हमारे substance का remains same. Because अगर वो chemical composition change होगा तो new substance form होगा, but ऐसा नहीं होता है. Look at the third point we have. Physical change to involve energy change, but they are generally very small. Come to the next. Fourth, we have there is no change in the mass of the substance during a physical change. Get it students? Now we have the new topic, chemical change. A chemical change is a permanent change in which the composition of the substance changes, giving rise to one or more new substances with different properties. Get it students? So क्या होगा जब हमारे पास किसी न्यू सब्सटेंस की फॉर्मेशन होगी और उसकी प्रॉपर्टी बिल्कुल डिफरेंट होगी, दैट इज केमिकल चेंज. नाउ वी हैव एग्जांपल्स ऑफ केमिकल चेंज. Look at the first. Look here, burning of fuels. Coal burns to produce ash and smoke. Entirely new substances are formed whose properties are quite different from those of coal. So, अगर आपका कोई भी फ्यूल हम बर्न करते हैं तो जो हमारे पास सब्सटेंस फॉर्म होते हैं वो बिल्कुल डिफरेंट होते हैं. जैसे अगर हम कोल को बर्न करेंगे तो हमारे पास एस और स्मोक होगा जिनकी प्रॉपर्टीज बिल्कुल डिफरेंट है. नाउ कम टू द रस्टिंग ऑफ आयरन. When things made of iron come in contact with moisture, it gives rise to an orange-brown coating on them. This orange-brown coating is called rust. Rusting is an example of chemical change. Chemical changes are irreversible in nature. Come to the next, cooking of food. The cooked food cannot be converted back into raw food. Here, curdling of milk. Change of milk into curd is a chemical change. The curd cannot be converted back to milk. So get it students, here is some more examples we have. Ripening of fruits, digestion of foods, germination of seeds. These all are chemical change. Here, characteristic of chemical change. Look at the first point we have, a new substance is formed during a chemical change. Second, a chemical change is a permanent change and cannot be easily reversed. The third point we have, the mass of the substance changes in a chemical change. Fourth, a chemical change is always accompanied by large heat changes. So now students, we will read about the change involve energy. A change is always accompanied by a change in energy in one form or the other. No change can take place without the corresponding change in energy. When a change occurs, energy is neither absorbed or evolved, released. The change in which energy is evolved is known as exothermic change. So students, अगर किसी रिएक्शन या किसी चेंज को कराने के लिए हम एनर्जी क्या करते हैं, प्रोवाइड करते हैं, दैट मीन्स हीट प्रोवाइड करते हैं, सो दैट इज एंडोथर्मिक चेंज. और जो चेंज अपने होने में एनर्जी को रिलीज करता है, दैट इज एक्सोथर्मिक चेंज. गेट इट स्टूडेंट्स? हियर वी हैव एन एक्टिविटी 2. Put a small amount of washing soda on your palm, then put 5 to 6 drops of water on it. What do you feel? You will feel that your palm becomes a little hot. This is because heat energy is released when washing soda dissolves in water. Natural process such as change of season, ripening of fruits, eruption of volcanoes, occurrence of earthquakes, preparation of food by plants, etc. also involve energy change. So students, these are some examples of energy change. This is a very easy activity. You can do it by yourself at your home. Now we have check and mate. As we already read about these things, so you can do it by yourself. What we learn in this chapter, now we will discuss it in a nutshell. Look here. Food is necessary for all living beings. Change can be classified as slow and fast. The change which are helpful for us are known as desirable changes. The change which are harmful for us are known as undesirable changes. The changes that occur again and again after a fixed interval of time are known as periodic changes. The changes that do not repeat themselves at regular intervals of time are known as non-periodic changes. A change which can be reversed to the original form of a substance is called a reversible change. A change which cannot be reversed to form the original substance is known as an irreversible change. A physical change is a temporary change in which the physical of a substance may change but its chemical composition remains unchanged. Come to the next. A chemical change is a permanent change in which new substances with different properties and formation. Here is keywords. Look at the first. Desirable changes. Changes that are useful. Undesirable changes. Changes that are harmful. Periodic changes. Changes that do not repeat themselves. Changes that occur again and again after a fixed interval of time. Here, non-periodic changes. Changes that do not repeat themselves at regular intervals of time. Here is reversible change. Change that can be reversed to its original form. Irreversible change. Change which cannot be reversed to form the original substance. Thank you, students. We will meet again in the next chapter.